Alright, quick virtual tour of the property. This is from the roadway across the street from our house. And this is walking into the property with, this is what looks like a road that used to be here. It needs to be, kind of re-excavated and graveled possibly, but it is would be accessible now. And if you look off to the left, you'll see we have the neighbor's property, which this property wraps around the back side of. Over to the right is the rest of the property, and then it extends back down this road to what I'm calling the valley, which seems like it's not accessible by a road, but could be. It would have to be a long road. This is a little bit of a clearing right here that I'm looking at. Beautiful tree. And then I imagine off to the left you'll see some chairs. This area must be where the property hooks around the back of that house to the rear of us. Got a little bit of a country vibe meets Blair Witch project. Not really sure what's going on out here. Little piles of rocks, but I might make my way back down the road. You'll start to see the valley. This is kind of where the road ends. There's some bit of a rock wall over here, small one. Not sure how that figures into the property lines. You can see the edge here and then the valley below. And you can see actually the road does extend down to that tree line where there's a lot of young trees there. I'm thinking that's probably the edge of the property line. Maybe this was cleared a long time ago or something, because there is a difference in tree growth. And then, going down into the valley, you definitely would be very isolated. Right now, if you were to go down in here, you can't see really anything, but also I'm not sure how far back the property line extends, but I'm sure that this is included because it's 12.5 acres and we're really not that far from the road. A lot of trees. To do anything down here, you'd have to clear some trees out and probably build roads coming down the hill to the left and wrapping back around. We can see some water here. This is like the low side. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I can see a lot of water. Not really sure. Yeah, it's kind of a valley. It's a dip, but it's actually just because we're starting at a high point and you're coming back down off that hill. Doesn't look like there's really been any activity down here in a long time. I can see some trees that have fallen over, which is pretty common from what I've seen all over this area from a few storms that have happened over the last few years, where a lot of big trees toppled over. Really beautiful down here, and there is a stone wall in the back. Not sure if that's going to be visible here, but that could indicate that is a boundary of the property line, the rear property line. We've got a little bit of stream action if you look down. Just a little. I mean, this is, just because it's raining right now, because of the rain. Make our way back here. This amazing tree here. Yep, a lot of water down here. Wouldn't want to be camping down here this weekend. But we had, quite a bit of snow that melted when the temperature hit 70 degrees earlier this week. That, as well as rain every day. So this would be a good indication of the area at its dampest, unless other than like a flash flood. Okay, make sure we're still recording. Yeah, here's this rear wall. Very interesting. It's old, but as I said, you can see that the trees really start to, a lot of small tree activity. I'm not sure why, and that could indicate the property, difference in how it's being managed. But that's like a real thick area of trees. See, it's encroaching here. But now we're looking back up. I'm going to start walking back towards the hill. You can see that ridge. So, and now if I look over to my left, I can actually see one of the homes that's over on the other side of the street. Looks pretty close. So it's winter time, probably be less visible in the summer when the trees are all filled back out. But you can see that, while this area looks really remote, it's actually right off the street. It's not. So, okay. So, just trying to find a good path back up. I think this is the extent of the property. I know it goes around the back of that one home that we looked at, and then the biggest chunk, about 8.5 acres, maybe 9 acres, is more of a square, this area that we're in now, which consists of this valley, which seems to be the larger portion, and then up that hill is a sizable frontage on the road that in itself, if the trees were taken out, you could